I can't
Go.
wait.
I'm not ready yet either. Hold on. Did you Craig? All right, you Craig. Hey, ballers, welcome to the Balls Could Talk, the podcast that hopes for the Chicago Bears fans' sake that the man curse isn't still a thing.
It is.
It is.
You guys see the picture of the cover?
Yeah. It's a cool picture.
Looks like Madden is now just going with AI images of things that really happened in the NFL season last year.
Interesting.
I saw him.
maybe the curse will
I
be
saw
broken
him do
now.
the photo shoot. He did that for real. I mean, they zhuzhed it up, but he did that for real.
Yeah, they zhuzhed it. It's just like they did with Saquon.
They
Or
zhuzhed it.
allegedly Saquon.
Allegedly Saquon.
This is Mark along with John and our producer Pete, and we're getting ready to discuss the latest things in sports, tech, and pop culture. If you like what you hear or see, please like us or hit that subscribe button. Or as someone on the show likes to say, tickle that little bell.
Maybe Tickle Me Elmo would want to say that.
Joining us tonight is our favorite Colorado couple. They have all the animals and none of the meats. Please welcome back to the show, Lillian and Eric Posch. What's going on, Posch?
Hey guys.
Hello.
Perfect intro.
You're like the anti-Arby's.
We are the anti-Arby's.
We don't have the meat.
Well, they have the meats for the animals.
It's true.
That's true.
Now that I think about it.
If you're into
Thanks for being on
dog
the show,
kibble,
guys.
we've got a lot of that.
Yeah, I bet. All right, let's catch up with everyone.
All right, let's catch up with everybody. Hold on.
Let's catch up with everybody.
It's time to talk about our balls.
Almost got it.
Oh, you were so close, Pete.
So close.
John, how you been?
So I heard a term once, and it was December, and now I'm in June, but the end of the school year when you are involved is very, very busy. And it is even more busy when your 13-year-old is graduating from middle school. So there is a lot going on. Today was field day. I cooked 300 hot dogs for 200 of my favorite friends. Jamie's school had field day today, and I smell like a hot dog.
What did you do with the extra 100 hot dogs?
Honestly, they are probably eaten by now. That was... Middle schoolers are pretty hungry.
Oh,
just in general.
Never mind. Yeah.
Like,
yeah, those
chaotic
are gone.
hungry.
Those are
right?
definitely gone.
Like, yeah, those are definitely gone. And then, let's see. Tomorrow we have an end of the year party. Next Thursday is Jamie's graduation dinner that Melanie is hosting, so I'm going to help her with that. Next Friday is Jamie's 8th grade field trip. We're going to the Bronx Zoo, and then we're going to go hang out at Dave & Buster's in Pelham. Not go see Jeff. I'm sorry, man. We are in a bus. And Jamie graduates the week
Tell
after.
the bus to stop at Jeffrem's.
Jamie's graduates Thursday after that. And she has 3 Regents tests to take, so we're studying. I created a 9th grade algebra boot camp that we're doing. So we're doing a topic a day. We did sets today. Very
Okay.
exciting.
I mean, she has to do like push-ups if she gets an answer wrong.
Yeah.
Wow.
That does mean that. No, it doesn't. We don't do push-ups, but we do questions. Speaking of AI, we were talking about AI in the green room. AI has been my TA, which has been really very useful, and it's writing my questions up. I am checking those, but it's writing my questions up and teaching me things that I've forgotten, which is better than reading it. Reading synopses of it, much better. So that's all Jamie stuff. I have an almost 14-year-old girl now, so we have started the Grey's Anatomy journey.
Oh,
Wow.
We have started the journey. We
All
are
96,000 seasons of it.
22, and
So
we are
far.
almost at the end of season 2.
Wow. So is this her training to eventually get to the pit? I mean, years later, I would imagine.
Obviously.
The pit's pretty gruesome.
What's actually kind of amazing that I've been noticing watching all these medical shows with her, and then kind of going reverse chronologically, everyone seems to have learned how to structure a medical episode from Grey's Anatomy, which means that probably everyone has learned how to structure a medical episode from ER.
Yeah.
From ER, yeah.
I mean, ER is
Which
the one.
brings us back to the pit.
Yeah.
Which brings us back to the pit.
ER and don't forget Chicago
It's a
Hope too. Wasn't
vicious
that also
circle.
on around that time? They just didn't have George Clooney.
Chicago Hope is a Dick Wolf show.
So yeah, I guess so. It's the knockoff.
Yeah,
You don't know
it's a
they
Dick-
don't have George Clooney, by the way. Maybe he's going to make an appearance in the pit.
Interesting
That would be
note,
interesting.
because obviously you watched. they call the emergency room the Pit in Grey's Anatomy in Seattle. It's very interesting. I was like, they keep calling it the Pit.
Okay.
And it makes sense in the Pit because they're in Pittsburgh. But
yeah, that I understand.
yeah. Let's see. As far as episodes, McSteamy just showed up, so that was very exciting. We saw Eric Dane, rest in peace, and Melanie and I looked at each other and it's like, So that was kind of fun. Yeah. That's it. That's the week in review.
Did you actually
Grey's
point to each other like the monkey and
We definitely
is that
did.
Simpsons or Family Guy?
Family Guy.
Have you met my wife and I before? We
Something
definitely
like this.
did.
Because I could totally picture you guys doing that.
Definitely. Yeah. Jamie just, when we do something weird, Jamie just looks at us and she's just like, but she's used
Old
to it. You're
people.
used to it,
She's
right?
got to be used to it by now.
Yeah, she's used to it.
I was
She's
trying to get the
used
angle
to it
right
by
for
now.
the evil monkey pose.
I know.
Pretty good.
I have scotch. I don't have beer. I want to start drinking beer in here because I'm a poor man, so I can't be drinking 4 fingers of scotch every night.
John, you're going to have to do a
Jesus.
podcast over here with me because I now have all of the scotch.
Somebody had a birthday and got a lot of scotch, some from me.
And I still have some left over from Christmas, so I've got a ton. I'm good to go
You should drink
for a
more.
while. I'm drinking some right now.
What's going on
This
with
is-
you, Mark? Oh, and
yeah.
I buried the lead. The Knicks won the first game of the NBA Finals.
I
Jalen
can't believe
Brunson
it took you this long.
Is the best. He's the best. I cannot believe a tiny little
I
man
apologize.
like
First of
Jalen
all, I
Brunson.
apologize to all of our fans because John is going to be super annoying for the next 2 weeks, regardless of
Go
what
New
happens
York.
with the Knicks.
Go New York, go New York, go. They're so fun. Even when they played like shit in the first quarter, they still were rowdy and yelling at the refs. I think Jalen Brunson had a fight with a white lady. It was awesome.
What?
Did you see the Tracy Morgan and Spike Lee were there?
No. What happened? And we're not sure what happened yet. That one, the dagger, the fade back jumper, where he made that man look like a fool who was guarding him, and then he landed and he kind of slid in the back. He was getting heckled something fierce, and that's why he looked so pissed off at the end of the game, because he was like in it with someone sitting in the front row, and they're not sure what happened yet.
Interesting.
But the Caballero got in front of him and the ref, other people twice. Jose Caballero is apparently the voice of reason, and I think I mean Jose Alvarado. That is what I mean.
Yes.
That's
You're
what I mean.
confusing your Yankees for your Knicks again.
That is what I mean. I do mean Jose Alvarado. But
That can
anyway,
Funny thing is, I know who you meant when you said Caballero.
3 games left. Knock on wood. Knicks in 6, still very much alive.
All right.
What's going on with you, Mark?
This week was a busy week. I believe I talked about this last week. Did I talk about the cat last week? Or the last time we did the show?
I don't know if you, I
When did we
don't know
do
if you
the show?
did.
Last
Anyway,
week.
the cat is on. I experienced it with the dog, and now the cat is starting to deteriorate. Although
Oh no.
we pumped him full of drugs, and now he's a little bit better.
Okay.
He's somewhat sedated, so he just kind of sits in one spot now. And when he needs to go to the bathroom or he needs to eat, he moves.
Nice.
But so yeah, that's going to be a little pricey, I think, because I think he's got to be on those drugs for a while.
Oof.
Although it would have been more expensive to. I was told the vet told me that she thought that he might have a mass on his kidney,
Oh no.
and that would probably cost about $10,000 to remove.
Oh jeez.
It's like, oh,
How
okay.
old is he?
15.
Yeah, oh wow. Okay.
But on the bright side, I did an application for a puppy.
Aw.
A puppy.
So
Ready,
we'll see what
ready
happens.
to move forward.
I met this puppy after kickball last week. She was super sweet, and I wasn't really looking at a puppy. I was kind of looking at dogs again, but nothing too serious. But I met this puppy, and we'll see. We'll see what happens with it.
Dog's the best.
Kind of puppy.
You know what? I don't remember now. I know she's part like wiener dog, but the other
Okay.
it might be Dachshund. I could be wrong.
You're
about
part
that.
wiener
well,
dog.
Dachshund, yeah, Dachshund is
Yeah, I don't know.
like the
Dachshund.
wiener dog.
Yeah,
Dog.
two very different dogs.
I just called you a wiener dog.
Ha. Got him.
Eric, is
And
that
then
a mirror?
I have a listing coming up in Dedham, Massachusetts. A nice 3-bedroom. It'll be listed at $619,900. I know everyone's got that in their back pocket.
Oh yeah.
So say when does Pesci Real Estate start sponsoring the pod?
Maybe it has already.
Oh, well, makes sense.
Maybe it has already.
Mark,
Some
how's
way,
that
form,
goal
shape,
that
or
I
form.
gave you to get in with one of the Real Housewives of Rhode Island? So is that work? Are you working on that?
No, I'm not working on that at all.
Come on, man.
Not
I think-
working on that at all.
I
Don't
think
be
your
a
goal
quitter.
is to figure out whoever owns Holiday House now, because I think Taylor sold it, right? You got to get in there.
Maybe.
You got to get in with whoever owns
Anyway,
it.
Pete, what's been up with you? Why don't you clue us in on the birthday shenanigans?
The birthday
Last week, man.
shenanigans. I mean, wait, do we not talk about that stuff since?
We did.
We did a little bit, yeah. I went on a hike, had a lot of
Oh,
fun.
we did. We had a show last week.
We did have a show
We
last
had a
week.
show
Mark.
last week.
But you know what? I'm going to take a second to turn on my fan because it's hot in here.
It's your turn.
You're unbelievable. This guy.
Unbelievable.
I thought
See you later.
Pete was about to do a thing. Like he's let me turn around, and then he was gonna
This is
reveal
like-
he was gonna
No,
rip
but
off
I-
his
I got
shirt
a
and
full
reveal,
backpack, guys.
Yeah.
That's what I did for my week.
No, instead of getting a tattoo, I might have permanently scarred my leg with a pressure washer by accident. Never accidentally drop a pressure washer nozzle directly at your shin. You guys want to see it?
Yeah, that's probably a scar.
So where should I drop it?
That's
Not-
probably a scar.
Not by skin. Yeah, it was like
My
it just went. I was like, oh, they're missing part of my leg.
my dentist got an assistant dentist who talked to me about this is how I had a dentist
dentist?
appointment. He had just got like another doctor to do part-time,
Yeah.
and he was like, I'm gonna like mess with your crown. You don't need you don't need to be numbed, right? And I'm just like,
Those were some pretty sensitive nerves.
Sounds like you might need to be.
So he didn't numb me, and that was weird. But then he was like, it didn't hurt that much. But then he was like messing with the drill, and he's like, they don't even the thing that they do. He was like, they don't even let the new dental students hold these because you just like take a finger off, and he's just like, bzz, bzz, and then he's like, I'm gonna just wear down one of your. I had trouble fitting my crown. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm just gonna take a little bit off one of the top teeth. I'm like, hold up, bro, hold up. What are you doing?
He clearly loves his dentist drill.
Yes, the prison dentist who
Are you
was
sure this guy was a dentist?
no, he explained everything to me. He's a prison dentist,
Mhm.
and he doesn't believe in anesthesia, so we're fine. It's fine. Totally
John,
fine.
this is
Everything's
not the
fine.
only dentist I can relate to have played chicken with my nerves. But with my tooth nerves, it's like, hey, I'm gonna start drilling. You tell me if it hurts. Like, just throw your hand up. We'll numb it up, and I'm gonna see how far we can go. And then he's like, okay,
Had
I'm
one
gonna
of
stop
those
down.
too.
Like, do you feel something? I'm like, a little bit. He's like, all right, we're gonna slow down the drill. We're gonna go real, trying to get this done. I'm like, 80% there. Here we go. I'm like,
Do it
Sorry, I would not
slow.
allow
you're
my
playing
dentist to do
chicken
that.
with my freaking tooth.
I had
Do
one.
it.
I had one of those.
Do some
too.
more.
Oh
And
yeah.
it was. They stopped when my eyes got real wide and tears just started.
Oh, no.
And they're just like, all right, we'll numb it up. We'll numb it
Yeah,
up.
and like you're trying to hold still and be a good patient and not mess up.
No, give me all the
I'm so
drugs.
Right, and meanwhile
I'm
they're
so
just like,
fidgety
let's
in
see
the
what
drugs.
I can do.
I'm so fidgety in the dentist chair. I don't know why.
I've had enough bone graft
you-
surgeries and dental implants in my life to, well, just 2 implants, but a lot of bone graft surgeries to get there. It was so
You go to one of the dentists that has the TV on the ceiling so you can watch TV.
Liam
No, but that
does.
sounds great.
You
Yeah.
got it. You got to hook it up to one that also caters to kids because they
Yeah.
always have a TV on the ceiling.
Shout out to the Smile Lodge. They do
Jamie.
Liam's teeth, and he gets to watch a Cars movie every time he is in the
What I'm
dentist chair.
saying.
I know.
Hi, Jamie.
Jamie would probably love it too. Hi, Jamie. So we did that. This week I've just been work. But this past weekend we had a lot of fun. Bye, Jamie. I gave Liam a ton of wheelbarrow rides down the hill in our yard over and over and over. That was a lot of energy expended, but it was a ton of fun. And he helped
And then
us.
did he give you wheelbarrow ride?
No, but he helped us dig out our pool equipment,
What a
like
good
plumbing
boy.
area there. We wanted to
Liam's
kind of
got
redo
a
the rock
dirty
garden there,
butt.
so we had to dig like 3 inches deep. And he got the trowel out, and he knew where to put it. He was throwing the dirt in the wheelbarrow, being super good. So he was a big help.
Liam's got a dirty butt.
Oh, he
what
totally
did
had
he
a dirt
back
butt. It was hilarious. He like got up out of the wheelbarrow. And I'm like, your butt is like completely full of dirt. It was adorable. he was having a hell of a time. So we did that, pressure washed the pool deck. I got a cool attachment. Sorry, they were old, so these things are fun. We got this stainless steel giant, like, it looks like a Roomba, but it attaches to your pressure washer, and you literally roll it over the pool deck, and it cleans, instead of like a tiny little pressure washing thing, it's cleaning like a 16-inch radius of just. I'm like, this is awesome.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
I
So
just gotta say, Pete, you keep getting more awesome, like in your old age. Like, awesome.
I find weird things to get interested in, but this is cool. Like I felt like I was playing that Mario Sunshine game.
Oh yeah.
But with my pool deck. It was very satisfying.
Very satisfying stuff. You could film yourself doing that and post it to the internet, and people will watch you do it too.
That's true.
That's true.
And
Super satisfying.
Yep, and I could mount a
How about he
microphone
does it in a
towards the thing
diaper?
so we could do some ASMR. What? I'm not going to do it in a diaper.
I think just do it in a diaper.
That's for my OnlyFans.
That's a different
Wow.
website.
Pressure
All right,
washing.
all right,
in a
let's
di-
get to
all
know our
right.
guests a
Before
little
this
bit
gets weird.
better. Let's get to know our guests a little bit better. That's right. It's time to warm up our ball.
Before the takes and curtain calls, we gotta warm up your balls.
During
on
this
fire.
segment, Pete will spin the wheel that will randomly select a question for our guests to answer. Are you ready, Pete?
I was born ready. By the way, before I ask this question, that kind of sounded like Clint Eastwood. Shout out to him. Did he retire?
I think he said he did. Yeah.
Yeah, saw that.
I
So,
don't believe it.
drink to Clint Eastwood. Hell of a career, man. All right, now back to the show.
Hi.
First question.
He's 96 years old.
I know.
Yeah, he
And he-
retired from death.
And he could
I think
still
he's earned it.
probably kick the shit out of all of us.
I mean, I'm soft, so that's
You feel unlucky.
96-year-old men are very brittle.
Yeah.
Very
Do
brittle.
you have
All
the
right,
power
focus.
washer in this scenario?
Focus.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. If I had the pressure washer, all bets are off. Okay.
No
What's in the
focus,
trunk of your
only
car, you guys?
I have a carpet cleaner and a dog bed in the trunk of my car at the moment.
That's pretty clean. Okay.
It's a good question. I know I've got like a blanket and a first aid kit. And
So much stuff. in the trunk of
just
your
like
car.
miscellaneous.
Oh, I'm
crap
with you,
that was,
Eric.
like,
You have
Okay,
I got
go
six
on.
sporting goods in my car. Yeah.
for decades.
well, I mean, it was a lot of stuff that was in my back seat that was just sort of migrated hastily into the trunk, so it's sort of become like a lost treasure.
That's the problem. When it's in your trunk, you
Never
don't
be
see
explored.
it, so it just stays there.
Yeah.
I see everything.
I have an SUV. Everything. I could just turn my back seat into my trunk.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, with my hatchback, it's kind of the same, but that
Which
has
I've
this little
done.
cover over it, so you don't see back there.
So and sorry, Mel, but still like many married people, one person is one way and one person is very much the opposite. Melanie and I came to an understanding very early on in sharing things that we would not share a car because her car is generally always a travesty. And
Travesty.
so it's just kind of a travesty. And I mean, like, there was a point in the one car that she had that, like, I didn't have a claim over where I was not sure where the car began and the stuff. And so I do have partial ownership to this car, so she does feel bad when it gets that way. So I think it gets cleaned occasionally. But Jamie is aware, nothing is allowed to stay in my car. No.
I think Lillian and I are just like different degrees of travesty.
Yeah, I'm not. The only reason I'm not a travesty is by force. So like I have to take the dogs to the vet, right? I had to pick up our nieces from school the other day. So like I have to have a pretty clean car because I have to like haul things in it.
Mm-hmm. So you can't let the stuff just accumulate.
Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
that-
I would have a car like Eric where I would just be like throwing things left, right, and center just to get rid of it. But
Well,
the number,
my main car is pretty clean.
Man,
Or at
yeah,
least
like
not cluttered.
the part where people are, yeah. It's
Gotcha.
just the trunk.
So I have the standard stuff that you would expect in a random car. Jumper cables, a cigarette lighter adapter, DC powered tire pump. And
Okay,
One
Grandpa.
of those two. I have
inside,
one of those
hold on, it gets better. inside the bag of my old 1997 Buick Century that came with that car, and I kept it because it was a convenient bag and a blanket. Except for last weekend, all that got thrown in the back seat because I had over 500 pounds of rocks back there.
DC adapter to a Zennial. They'll be like, "What are you talking about?
I know. What's a cigarette?
What's a cigarette?
I think it's vape cartridges now.
What's a cigarette? You burn it on
You
fire?
smoke those?
Why would you put it on fire?
Wait,
And you suck the smoke?
it's like Back to the
fire?
Future. You mean you have to use your hands? That's like a baby's toy.
Next question.
Okay. What are you eating as a late night snack?
I mean, I'm
Wow,
partial
Wow,
to
that
ramen.
stumped everybody. Holy crap.
No, it's
Yeah, Eric. Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, no, I mean, ramen is just
Good
a
ra-
go-to.
good ramen or like box ramen.
Ramen.
Hold on. Let's
I mean,
divide this
there's,
like
like,
20
good ramen
questions. Sweet or
restaurants.
savory? First of all,
Sweet
Savory.
ramen. Make sweet ramen?
late night, I'd go sweet.
We're talking about ramen. They
Well,
make
I was just
sweet
I was
ramen?
I was going up to the
No,
broader
you're talking about ramen.
the broader.
No, Eric's talking about ramen.
Okay.
I
He
did
said
see
ramen.
a,
You guys are
ramen
terrible listeners.
Is there dessert ramen?
that
Oh,
they called itself
disgusting.
spicy, so sweet and
How did we
spicy,
get here?
which didn't sound good.
If it's
But it
done
exists.
really well, it could be good. But yeah, and in a
There's a ramen.
ramen packet.
There's
I
a
wouldn't
ramen
imagine
restaurant
that.
on Western Avenue in Albany where you order your ramen off a tablet, and it feels really modern, but it's just cheap iPads.
That's still
Is
kind
there a
of cool.
robot that comes out and serves it to you?
No, but that would be awesome. We're getting a Costco, and my only wish for the Costco is it has robots.
One of the Asian fusion restaurants that we have around here, Jackie's Galaxy, not a sponsor, but you could be. They have the robots that bring out the food to the tables. Although
Hell yeah.
a human being is still trailing behind.
What do the robots look like? Are they like droids from Star Wars, or are they not that?
Nope.
Cool?
It pretty much, I mean, it looks like a robot. It doesn't look like a human, or it's just like a giant, like a giant moving like cylinder.
Lil, did you watch
I mean, that's
Sam
kind of
and
like a
Cat?
Star
I
Wars
have,
droid.
I have a 13-year-old, so she did go through a Sam and Cat phase.
Sam and Cat? No.
Sam and Cat was one of Ariana Grande's Nickelodeon shows when that weird shit was happening.
I'm like
However-
familiar with it, but it was like right
However,
at that time. that
they
was-
had a restaurant that robots served. It was called Bots.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they had a
And
robot
if
restaurant.
memory serves, they did look a lot like the Star Wars rope, like a droid.
Yeah, it was very Star Wars.
It's definitely an appealing look. Yeah, you could also go with short circuit route. Johnny 5. That would be
Johnny
freaking
5
sweet.
alive.
I don't know why
25.
we're talking about robots, but there were real robots in the new Star Wars movie. The NVIDIA robots were in it.
Right? Yeah, there were
We
the
somehow
NVIDIA
got
robots,
here from
and
food. So.
we found out Phil Tippett's did stop motion.
Very cool.
Yes, we talked about that in the post-show green room, I think, last time.
I pretty much chips, to go back to the question, I love chips. I love all chips of every flavor. Chips make me fat though, so I don't eat chips anymore. Because chips
Chips
make
are
everyone
good.
fat, because chips are the best. Oh my god, chips are so good.
Got a shout out to ice cream, just in general.
Fair.
Yeah.
Ice cream is delicious.
If I am going sweet, it's ice cream or chocolate.
Or
I think I still have some vegan ice cream in my freezer from a couple years
Probably.
ago.
Yeah.
it's still. Well, it's probably fine.
Eric likes to yell at me because if I don't eat by a certain time, then my favorite late night dinner or snack is to go to sleep.
Are you a
I just
gremlin?
don't eat. Too much work. And then I've got a dish and I got to clean it and I'm just going to go to bed. It's not happening.
It's a good plan. I like this plan. That's what happens in work when it gets to be like 2:00 and I haven't eaten lunch yet. I'm like, nope, no lunch for me today.
Oh no, I can't do that. I just
No,
ate
I
lunch at
can't
2
do
o'clock
that.
today.
Yeah, same.
It's just not worth it.
If I-
How do you get
if
through
I-
the day though? When you be
sometimes I
starving?
might, but I'll do an early dinner if that happens.
Not really.
Huh.
Not really. You know what my
Right.
trick is, Pete? I'm always hungry.
Oh, you're like the Hulk of hunger. I get it.
Gotta try
Hey.
that. Yeah.
Hey.
I was about to watch you transform into a Hulk right there.
Hey. Next question. on that wraparound
Got
knowledge
some
drop.
cool
Secret
segues here into
camp.
these questions. All right, what is the best? Speaking of food, what is the best food
I'm in
you've
rare
ever
form.
had at a wedding?
A wedding.
Wedding.
You know those things where two people get married? Those things.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll tell the story about the wedding we met at because it's not that the food was like necessarily exceptionally good. There was just so much of it. Mark was at that wedding. Mark can
There was a
attest
lot
to
of
some
it.
of this as well. That they had like apps beforehand where they had like the stations of food, so you could go to the baked potato bar, you could go to the sushi bar, you could go to the pulled pork station, you could go to all of the different things to get the food. Then you sat down and then you were handed a menu and you ordered your food that you wanted at that specific time. Not like the fill it out with the invitation type of thing. Do you want the chicken or the sea bass? It was whatever you want at the time. Order it up. They made it
Wow.
to order.
That's
And the carbohydrate
cool.
ball.
And then while they were making the food, they had like a dance break. Then they stopped the
Nice.
dance. You came back to eat. And then they had another dance break. And during the second dance break, they had photos from during the wedding and during the first dance break already up on
Did
the
this
screen.
wedding cost
Holy cow, that's
$700 a person?
I don't know exactly how much it
It was
cost.
a Long
but
Island wedding.
It was a Long
Did this
Island
wedding cost $700 a person? Oh
Enjoy
my!
I don't
that
know,
night to the
but I
fullest of your
know
extent.
that the bride's father asked them if they wanted them to buy them a house or a wedding, and they chose wedding. So
It's at least 3 on the island, to be realistic. At least 3 ahead.
Shout out Danny,
Ugh.
who may or may not be watching.
shout out
Hey,
Danny,
girl.
Danny and Maggie.
I also had an incredible wedding, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. The most memorable food that I was ever offered at a wedding was our friends, the Marshalls, had a wedding on top of a building that overlooked like the Albany skyline. It's called 677 Prime, and not a sponsor, but you actually could be if you want. And they had soup shooters, so they had different types of soup in little shot glasses.
Yeah.
And it's like a soup bar. Were you at that wedding, Pete? Because
I
Alan
was.
talks about this all the
I
time.
was just gonna. You know what? It's funny because I was gonna mention that one if you didn't.
Oh
The
my God.
asparagus puree shooters. I remember I've never seen Alan more excited about food in my entire life.
I was very excited.
They had good food there. And you know what's funny? I was just thinking about this. What year was that? Because it's very likely the former owner of Steph's in My House, Jamie Ortiz, was probably the GM or head chef of 677 Prime at that time.
Almost definitely. It was a long time ago. They've been married for a while. Not as long as us, but
It might have been-
little less.
It might have been after his time there because he did move on to be the GM of his own catering. And now he owns the Mexican restaurant on Wolf. I keep forgetting the name. El Toro.
Hooray.
Yeah. So, by the way, go there.
You got
It's
a-
delicious. Not a sponsor, but you could be. I
We
live
got a
in your house
$30 taco.
Big food really are a great idea because I've made gazpacho, and you realize pretty quickly that you don't really want more than the equivalent of a shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can pack a lot of flavor into it and then you get that flavor, but you can just keep switching flavors.
now. Mhm.
It's like drinking salsa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
I gotta say the food, and this
I
is
like
also
gazpacho.
his own catering. Probably also when the same guy was jamming it. Steph's in my own wedding. That food was really good, but we barely got to eat more than like 2 bites of it before we got whisked away for more photos, and they took it away. I was so
That's
bummed.
very wet. That's very wedding-y.
Yeah,
Have you guys seen the videos
Cool.
now? Italian weddings have a cannoli guy.
a cannoli guy.
I want a cannoli guy at my wedding.
I want a cannoli guy.
Can you just pay a cannoli guy to follow you and just hand you fresh filled cannolis? Because
I reckon
would pay
you
for
can.
that.
I'm not sure that you want to pay that much for the cannoli guy, but you can.
That's also
Once you
probably more
become a
dangerous than
billionaire, let us know.
Yeah, no,
Get a
that's one of the
cannoli guy.
first.
It's a good social
one of the
media
first
bit.
things.
It'd be a good social media bit.
Just have a cannoli guy. I love that. Let's just get one so we can do that for the site. That'd be great. All right, we're at time.
Alrighty.
3 great
All right.
questions.
That was good,
answers.
yeah,
And now-
I like it.
And now we hand things off to Pete.
Right. Everyone bask in the music.
Beautiful, Pete. Beautiful.
That was beautiful.
The Russian judge gives you a 7. AI.
There it is.
I made a lot of
Probably
really
'cause the
big
Pope.
changes.
I
The
think
league
it's the
got
Pope.
weird. The league got weird this week. The same.
Unbelievable.
We were
No.
doing so well for a while. Why are we pouring so many out today? Or Rockies.
Or
I still probably have the
Rockies.
Athletics a little higher, but otherwise I feel
I
like
don't
it's reasonable.
know.
They were streaky for a while. I think they've come down a little bit to earth. By the way, I love how we're calling them the Athletics because they don't really have a home.
Yeah, I mean,
I know
like
we-
on the MLB standings page,
Yeah.
like it doesn't say the Sacramento Athletics; it just says Athletics,
It just says Athletics.
which feels disrespectful to Sacramento.
A little bit. A little bit. No, yeah.
It's especially insulting to Sacramento since they have the Las Vegas patches as their sponsor.
Yeah.
I mean, they should probably eventually figure that out.
Eventually, they probably will.
It's pretty cool.
I will say this: the Rockies, while they may have the lowest ranked baseball team, they are quite creative when it comes to their food. Like I've seen a couple things on social media. I'm trying to pick pictures.
That's
right now,
because the Rockies don't have a fan base. They have visitors who want to go visit the bar that sees over the mountains, and there's a baseball game in the background.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, the last time I have visited, yeah, I have visited the stadium, and they gave me like a shish kebab made of fruit. So,
That's
so
exciting.
there was like strawberries and bananas, and I think there were you could have gotten it covered in chocolate or vanilla. It was interesting.
All right.
I mean, I had to look up the stat of the reason why I created them, Eric, but they've lost 7 out of the last 9, and they have a less than 50% win rate at home. They are not a good baseball team.
the A's.
The A's.
I mean, I think they're still second in their like league though.
Nobody cares
Yeah,
about
that's
the
not
American
saying
League
much.
West.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Saying
hovering
they
around
could still be a
500.
wild card. Who knows?
I think they've got some bats that will get going more than they have. Like Rooker, I don't think is going to stay where he's at. Like Kurtz is one of the best first basemen in the league, not the best, which we'll talk about.
I mean, the American League is actually atrociously bad. There are 2 good teams in the American League this year.
Well, at least it's at the point now where the last place team in the NL Central could be the first place team in the AL West or Central.
Yep.
At least
It's
that's
bad.
not a thing anymore. Although everyone in the NL Central is still above 500.
Yeah, the National League is. I mean, you can tell in the ratings. The National League is much, much better. I was actually prepared to take the Yankees out of the first tier when I wrote these this week, but they have been winning again, so I felt bad doing that, and they still have probably the best rotation in baseball.
Yeah,
They have the worst. They have the worst bullpen. They have the worst bullpen in baseball, but probably the best starting pitching. Well, it's okay.
The Rays
Eric
are
will share
tumbling
my
now, though.
Eric will share my sadness, but June 1st hit and Aaron Judge is injured, so that is how that works. Literally every fucking year.
All right, gentlemen, I chose not to talk about that, but I do mention it.
I think every Yankees fan is just holding their breath at this point because he's
We're gonna miss our fucking window, Eric. We're gonna miss it.
It's because he's being examined by a thoracic outlet syndrome specialist, which, if that is the case, would certainly put him out for the year.
That does sound serious.
And if I mean, for some guys, that's been basically career-ending. So we're hoping to rule that out.
And we'll see if Ben Rice can Ben Rice without Aaron Judge.
You know what
I think so.
I heard Buster Olney today refer to Ben Rice as an MVP candidate.
As a fucking
Buster
sophomore.
Olney.
Cousin Ben. That's what I'm saying.
Uncle Ben.
He's my cousin.
He and his girlfriend are actually adorable. They like each other a lot, and they're cute and innocent. And you want to just
Young love.
Ben Rice and his girlfriend, they're adorable. They just want to pinch your cheeks. They're so lovely.
Which cheeks?
I don't think I've seen them.
Either ones.
They like met in college, and before he was like a 6th round pick. Nobody ever thought Ben Rice was going to get famous.
6 rounds, not shabby.
Yeah, but it's not
Anyway.
famous. It's not MVP
there's-
over Aaron Judge.
There's like
of the
57
Yankees.
rounds in Major League Baseball. Okay.
There's a lot. Nope, nobody does. Anyway, let's talk about how the Mets are putting wins together.
Well, I mean,
Come on, they are.
Soto's healthy. Soto's healthy.
Soto's healthy.
Yeah, Soto's healthy. He's on a torrential tear now. I mean, he's going to do that. You know,
He's doing Soto
always
things.
going to be good, but he's just also otherworldly right now. So the Mets need that.
And the Orioles are finally a little alive, approaching 500 from the horrible start. I'll
Yeah,
put them up a
horrible
couple
start.
ranks.
They
did have a
pummeled
horrible
the Red Sox.
I mean, I think they're good. I don't know what happened. I didn't expect the Orioles and the Blue Jays
they lost
to
some
be
pitching.
bad.
Yeah, they lost
their
some pitching.
pitching still is kind of cheeks.
Cheeks. Pete, what are your thoughts, Pete?
Cheeksy balls.
Cheeks and balls. It's not over yet, man.
Yeah.
It's almost
Well,
over.
So
Knights are up 2-0.
Yeah.
Nope.
I just hate both teams. I mean, I think I have to
Hate.
kind of begrudgingly root for Carolina. I mean,
Interesting.
Carolina's been a thorn in the Devils' side, and the Devils are.
I will say, I mean, it looked like the Avalanche were gonna do something in this playoffs, and I love how we're talking about hockey during the MLB Power Rankings. By the way, Well, we're not going to talk about hockey for the rest of the show, so we might as well talk a little bit now.
No. Land the ship, Pete. Are you talking about baseball? Nobody knows the answer to your question, Pete.
I'll go the Athletics. Because they trapped out the NFL players. I can see Elway. I didn't see him. I didn't see Marino.
I didn't know that.
Jacob Mizorski throws the ball real hard.
That's true.
And throws the ball real hard.
I did think it was pretty hilarious that poor Spencer Jones, like his first MLB at bat is against this wonderkind who's throwing 103.
This 6'7" freak of nature. Yeah. And we're done.
Thank you, Pete. We would like to thank one of this week's fake sponsors, Dynasty DNA, a genetic test proving you were born a fan. Dynasty DNA, loyalty runs in the bloodline.
Love it.
All right, everyone, shall we kick off this shindig?
Hell yeah.
So I was a little lazy with our next topic songs. I am rehashing some oldies but goodies. I tried to actually do a New York San Antonio theme. There's not a lot of artists or songs about San Antonio, though.
Yeah, you really gotta go like Alamo.
You'd have just like Texas, yeah.
Upside, inside out, waiting for the first topic. It'll push and pull you down, waiting for the first topic. So 2 huge, ginormous, stupendous NFL trades happened this week, and John was gracious enough for me to lead in on the one affecting my hometown team, the Patriots. In the move that pretty much everyone who follows the NFL knew for 3 months, the Patriots acquired A.J. Brown for a 5th-round draft pick next year and a 1st-round pick in 2028. So let's get into this right away, everyone. How does the A.J. Brown trade move the needle for both the Patriots and Eagles, and is there a clear winner of this trade?
Oof.
I mean, that's a tough question, right? Because
It is a little bit.
I think it moves the needle for both sides. I don't think that the Eagles are losers. I definitely think, however, that someone like A.J. Brown is what the Patriots needed to go all the way out.
And you could tell the Eagles were planning on him leaving because they had like 6 other wide receivers that they got this offseason.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
pretty much
Lemon
all
in
of
round 1, right?
pretty much all of the football influencers that I follow did a thing on it, and essentially, Mark said this to us a few weeks ago. The most unsurprising secret in football. Everybody knew this was happening.
Yeah, I think to get a 1st-round pick for a trade that basically was inevitable, I think you have to be pretty content with that if you're an Eagles fan. I mean, right. But also to the point, I think that strengthens the Patriots immensely. I mean, as a Packers fan, I love Romeo Doubs. He's not a number 1 wide receiver, or shouldn't be. So I think having him to be a strong second is really a boon for them.
There's some talks that the NFL wide receiver with my favorite last name, booty everywhere, Kayshon Boutte, is a little bit upset with this trade, and he might be seeking a trade himself. But we'll see what happens. You know, as I like used to say all the time, John, time will tell.
Time will tell.
Actually, I'd like to get John's idea on this. If we're talking Patriots and is it Ashton Boutte or Kayshon Boutte?
Kayshon
Boutte.
I think Ashton Genty.
Ashton Genty. I was mixing them 2 up. Okay. So Kayshon Boutte, I heard a rumor from my coworkers who are both big Pats fans that they are trying to shop Boutte for Thibodeau from the Giants.
I heard that rumor too, and I don't.
And
think
I mean, if Neighbors is fucked this year, what do you think, John?
I don't know. I think that Thibodeau is more valuable than that. and Keyshawn Boutte had one.
Oh no, there'll be
good
picks.
year.
There'll definitely be picks involved.
Yeah, there would definitely be additional compensation in that thing.
The Giants don't need another defensive lineman, but they also said that they have not been very clear about Thibodeau's situation, even though they drafted Alvarez, right? So even though they pretty much got a younger version, Thibodeau is still a very valuable piece, and Giants fans around the world know this. We're not that deep. You can't just give players away.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Would you do it for like Boutte and a third?
I just don't think Boutte moves the needle in the right way.
No,
also,
you need more than a third.
Our wide receiver room is very, 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 very crowded.
Higher than a second. Wow.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I mean, Bootie's a really good receiver, but at best, he's probably going to be a 3 in all seriousness.
Right. He's a deep ball role player, basically, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
I think
Thibodeau's older, and you guys just got AJ Brown, who is honestly, with probably Drake May throwing the ball, could very well be a top 5 receiver in the NFL, if not even better.
There's a lot of people predicting that AJ Brown's
round.
going to have like 1,500 yards this year.
Right, for next year's first round. Right, because
he is motivated.
Like Eric said, other than Romeo Doubs, who hasn't gotten more than probably 600 yards his entire career in a season, who else do they have?
He's so happy too. Like all the press conferences that he's had and all the stuff leading up, he's just had this big ass smile on his face.
Yeah, Hunter Henry, right? Yeah.
He
grew up a Patriots fan too.
I did hear that.
Actually, I did not know that.
Danny's reunited with Mike Vrabel, who was his coach in Tennessee, and he really was not happy getting traded out of there. Vrabel wasn't happy with him getting traded out. Maybe AJ Brown didn't mind it, but I know Vrabel was not happy that he left Tennessee.
What they did is they just improved that Stefon Diggs slot, right? So Diggs filled a lot of roles. He filled a lot of roles.
I'd
last
say they
season,
did.
He had a good season, but he's much better than he is.
Yeah, and I feel like though Diggs was already kind of transitioning to like old KG slot receiver style as opposed to dominant, border like X role. So
I think what's going to be the X is going to be
is even
AJ
better
Brown.
than a Diggs upgrade. I think it's like a
the
whole
Y
new
is going to be
dimension they
Romeo
haven't had.
Doubs, and the slot is probably going to be Demario Douglas. So that might be another reason why Keyshawn Boutte's upset.
Right. That would almost pigeonhole him into like wide receiver 4 spot duty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I could see.
I want to talk a little bit more about the Eagles because personally, I this is kind of a hot take. I think the Eagles are going to be fine. So while I know AJ Brown was a big target, they picked up Dontavian Wicks from Eric's Packers, and I actually really like him. He's a big target. Now he's not going to be AJ Brown, but you still got Devontae Smith. That's probably going to be a pretty good one. It's going to be. I mean, I think they're going to be adopting the Packers offense. Eric, what do you think?
I mean, I really like Wicks, but his drops are going to piss off a lot of Eagles fans.
Yeah?
Because I think he led the league in drops
work on that.
last year or the year before. I mean, Devontae Adams was also a major drops merchant in his first couple seasons.
There you go.
It can be fixed, but
there you go.
If it's not something he can correct, then that's not going to be the replacement that Eagles fans are hoping for.
I mean, the Eagles need to do something because the Eagles offensively struggled last year and they gave away a number 1 offensive weapon. And let's just call a spade a spade. They're going to be less good.
How much of that, though, is Jalen Hurts just not, trust me, as beautiful of a human being as he is, I don't think he's the best at the throwing of the football part of quarterbacking. He's great at all the other stuff, right? He has a lot of other intangibles.
There's a whole lot of newness going on in Philadelphia for next season.
So that's the thing. I would argue that, in a way, I don't think it's going to be as big of a loss because honestly, when AJ Brown was there, I don't think Hurts knew what to do with him.
Yeah.
Dare I say?
I agree with that. I think having a young team, having them grow up together, learn each other together. I think that the Eagles, depending on the coaching style, depending on what they do with the off season, they still have the potential to be dangerous. And I mean, I guess I haven't kept up so much on their defensive stuff, but I think their defense is still something to be contended with anyway. So if they can get their offense to mediocre and keep their defense at above mediocre, they can still be dangerous.
Possibly. And I mean, like John said, to his point, though, they have to do something. And maybe that's a scheme change to kind of fit better around the pieces they do have. I feel like last year there was just a huge disconnect with the offensive coordinator, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, the big players, right? I mean, Goddard was great, but I mean, he always is. He's rock solid as tight end. But Saquon had a down year, and okay, you rolled him to the Super Bowl the year before that. And then when he's having a bad year, like, what else you got, guys? Like, I feel like they need to come up with more facets to their offense. And whether that's from players, like John's saying, they got to do something, whether it's personnel or scheme, what is it? Do you think they've done enough in the offseason to replace Brown and in ways that Hurts can actually really utilize?
Also, I just didn't actually realize that the first round pick is not the 2027 pick, it's the 2028 pick.
Yes.
They really haven't gotten much better. I mean,
no, as a Bills fan, I was really hoping that was going to be a 2027 pick.
They traded him for a cheeseburger. I mean,
it was maybe a deluxe cheeseburger.
A double cheeseburger.
they traded him on Tuesday for a cheeseburger on Wednesday. I mean,
Yes.
like, they traded it. I don't understand this trade at all.
It's going to be a really good cheeseburger on Wednesday, though.
I mean,
It
I think
does
the
come
Eagles
with
knew.
fries.
Mhm.
They knew that A.J. Brown wanted out. They knew he only wanted to go to the Patriots. The Patriots probably had an ulterior motive to try to get Vrabel out of the headlines for local media. I think it just kind of was the perfect storm of situation for
Smells
the
like
trade to happen.
collusion.
Why you got to bring that up,
So-
Eric? Everyone's forgetting about
I
it.
don't know.
and we're at time.
Oh, I was going to say, though, Brown had, Eric, Brown had 4 teams that he said he wanted to go to. Patriots were his number one choice, but he also would have taken the Bills and the Chiefs and maybe the Rams. I think those were his other ones. I know the Bills and the Chiefs for sure. The Rams, I'm not sure, but the Bills were out immediately because they had once this had happened, they had already traded for DJ Moore, and they, I guess, were not comfortable giving up too many assets. Although AJ Brown and DJ Moore on the same team would have been pretty fucking sweet.
That would have been fun.
Well, the Rams had other things on their mind, I guess.
They sure did.
Apparently,
didn't
yeah.
they?
What a great segue, Eric.
Hey, let's get to it.
Whoa, whoa, everybody wants to hear the next topic. Huh. I'm sure John will use logic. Huh.
That was great, man.
Lovely, Mark.
And how about that segue in a move nobody saw coming? The Cleveland Browns officially traded reigning Defensive Player of the Year Myles Garret to the Los Angeles Rams. In a historic blockbuster, the Browns sent the man who just broke the single-season sack record to the Rams in exchange for 2-time Pro Bowler Jared Verse and a mountain of draft capital. Cleveland isn't just letting him walk for nothing, getting Jared Verse, a 25-year-old former Defensive Rookie of the Year, and 2 Pro Bowls under his belt. Gives them an elite, younger, and significantly cheaper edge rusher to anchor their defense. So the ripple effect of this deal is hitting the entire league, but today I want to focus on 3 specific things. The view from an entirely relieved AFC North, the sudden smile on Joe Burrow's face, and the bittersweet reality facing the dog pound in Cleveland.
I mean, Jared Verse is a hell of a consolation prize to get for Garrett. I mean, they still got a really good defensive lineman. So at least it's not like they completely let
Neither
Cleveland high
team
and
wanted
dry.
to give up the player that they ultimately traded in this.
Yeah.
Which
But-
is a great negotiation tactic, right? Everybody's a little unhappy.
Yeah, right. But as good as Jared Verse is, right, he's no Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett may very well be the best player in the league, period.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, regardless of position.
I think Jared Verse is really the only loser in the trade.
Yeah,
far.
poor Jared.
Yeah.
We're the
Verse.
Cleveland Browns.
I know.
He went from Los Angeles to Cleveland.
Yeah.
I don't
Super
care
Bowl
what sport that
contender
is.
to
You are the
whatever the
loser.
Browns are.
They have some nice
Yeah.
museums there.
They have a museum there that you know of. Let's calm down.
Okay.
It's the same one everybody knows of, and it's in a song. Okay.
I mean, they had a space shuttle landing simulator there. I was terrible at it, but that's all I remember from Cleveland's museum.
I mean, Lillian, how happy is Joe Burrow going to be? Like, he's probably going to survive this season now.
I was gonna say he might actually get through this season without missing a game from injury. Who knows? It's possible.
Garrett,
I mean, I
Garrett
think-
seems to do that to people. That's how
I
Josh
think
broke his
that
foot.
is a first really important question. Like, the AFC North has changed now. Nobody has to play Myles Garret 2 times.
Yeah, Cleveland was always like we're going to win, but it's going to be a death trap.
To me, though, I don't think from a standings perspective that really moved the needle all that much. Because how many
No,
games
but-
did Myles Garret win the Browns last year?
Well, no,
I don't
and-
think it I don't think it does in terms of the Cleveland, but I think to John's point, it does for Cincinnati. It does for the Ravens.
See, I'm not sure it's going to move
Even
the
the
needle all
Steelers.
that much for the Rams either.
even the Steelers. Ugh.
How many? Okay,
I don't know. I think
so
that helps
2
the Rams.
games. Let's just make an average times that that Myles Garret tackles Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson
It's
in
gonna be
those
like-
games. Like 5.
It's got to be more than
And-
that,
And we
And how many
all
times
know,
did he almost tackle him?
right?
Right.
Maybe we
And that's
don't
what I
all
mean, because he's
know.
not getting 5 sacks a game, but maybe he's getting 5 touches.
He
That's
did
a
against
ton
the
of
Like he's getting
pressures.
some hurries,
Yeah.
like tons of pressures.
Dude, last
And,
year
like-
Josh Allen broke his foot literally trying to run away from Myles Garrett so that he wouldn't get the sack record on him.
Right.
Like, no matter
So, like,
what happens, he is a menace.
Twice. That many hits twice. It wears on them, and those guys are used to getting hit, especially Joe Burrow. I think it makes them better. I think that Cleveland, who is literally a top 5 defensive team in 2025, is going to be as good. I don't think
No,
their
they won't
plan
be
is to
as
be as
good.
good.
They did have
But
a
I
good
think-
draft though, John.
I think they did have a good draft, but they did. They had actually
They've
a
had
very
2
good draft.
consecutive good drafts.
Yeah.
I think what's really going to happen from this trade,
Still
though,
the
is
quarterback.
that the Super Bowl is going to be the Rams and the Patriots, and so we can
No.
already probably bet that.
Well, hold
Whoa,
on,
whoa.
hold. Let's hold your.
John,
Wait, hold.
Ooh, there we go. Come on, let's go.
The gauntlet has been thrown, my God.
Okay.
How do you simultaneously piss off 4 people?
Wait a second.
I mean, though,
Including a fan.
They
of one
are-
of them.
Including
they
a
are
Patriots fan.
they
I know.
are probably power rankings wise at this point number 1 on each side. Yeah,
No.
The Rams?
If
why not?
Without a doubt.
Oh, the Rams,
Without a doubt.
yes.
Without
The
a doubt.
Patriots, though, I would have had them
Yeah, I don't know about the Patriots.
decently
You know, the
lower.
Patriots made the Super Bowl. They made the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
You
Do you know
remember
how
that,
they
right?
made the Super Bowl?
What?
They had the easiest fucking schedule in the league.
Okay.
Every other
Okay.
team got as unlucky as hell at the end of every
Pump the
game where they
brakes.
conveniently won. And okay,
You do
get
realize
to the
that
divisional
they had to-
round.
they still had to play the game.
You had
Hello?
a dome. Okay,
Did
you,
they though?
you had a dome
I don't
team.
remember the game. I remember the halftime
Right.
show.
Okay.
I don't remember that game.
You play Houston, a dome team
coulda
that got
not
stuck in
showed
a
up.
blizzard, so their defensive ends that are normally terrors couldn't get their footing. Their quarterback sucked.
Oh, they would have done that in a dome.
They
too.
couldn't play in the. They couldn't have played in the snow. Then you get to play Bo Nix-less Broncos because he broke his ankle on the
Stood
last
him.
play of a kneel down
Great
playing the
point.
fucking Bills the week before in a stupid
That
upset.
is a great point.
That
Mark,
should have
I
been
got
Buffalo
you.
versus New England right there.
Mark, I got you though.
That's how you got to
Did
the Super
Drake
Bowl.
May did Drake May have a career year like as a sophomore? This is a sophomore year.
Sophomore season.
Yeah,
It'll be his yeah.
he
I
played
mean, he
well.
was a top 5. He was a top 5
Second place
quarterback.
in the MVP vote.
Yeah,
For
I mean,
the first 2/3 of the season, he was awesome, no doubt. For the
No doubt,
third third of the
Yeah,
season,
and then his offensive line got hurt.
his team
And
had to
then-
carry him, right? But that shows you your true colors. How does a QB do when the film's out on you and teams know how to attack you and you don't have the protection?
I think he's a big regression.
I'm still a
candidate for this
little
year.
bit worried about their offensive
you're a
line
regression
coming into the
candidate,
season.
Eric.
that's a hot take. I like that hot take.
Wait, what was that, Eric? I missed it.
I think he's a big regression candidate for this year.
Well, so here's what I'm getting at.
Define regression. He only gets 29 touchdowns.
Mark, you're going from the easiest
Yes.
schedule in like NFL history to one of the hardest. So that's going to put a toll on them. Granted, their roster has been significantly improved. I feel like on paper, before the AJ Brown trade, they were still a
does it get the
smidge behind the
Patriots
Bills, and that's Josh Allen doing a lot of heavy lifting. I feel like they've now caught up to the Bills.
Because John
completely
threw
on
the
paper.
gauntlet and said the Patriots are going to be in the Super Bowl, and we all had to be like, absolutely. We're all
Whoa.
like, the Rams, maybe. But the Patriots?
I was
How
trying
to go
dare
back.
you?
I know.
How
I love this.
dare you?
I was trying
Hey,
to
listen,
go
if-
back to wait,
if-
weren't we talking about the Rams and the Browns?
Okay,
Listen, if I can't play, I'm going to shit stir. So
it worked. And you kicked the
Did
hornet's
work.
nest here.
It did work.
Man. And by the way, Pete or Mark, Pete is Patriots bashing because he hates the Patriots.
With the heat of 1,000 suns. No offense.
Heat of 1,000 suns.
I love
And
Mark.
The
but
problem
your
is
team makes me
he
angry.
should have got a break from them, but it wasn't long enough.
Wasn't long enough. 10 years would have maybe been long enough. 5 was
and
not
in
long
the break, in the break, he had to deal with the fucking Chiefs. And so
That's the problem,
Pete
right?
just-
So true.
I'd be okay with
He's
this if we
just
would have got
spicy.
one. If 2021, the stupid 13-second squib kick bullshit didn't happen, I'd be fine.
That's fair. That's fair.
Granted, then I would
This
probably be
could go
fighting
on-
with Lillian
this
because it
could
would have
go
been
on-
Bills and
this
Bengals.
could
in
go
the
on
AFC title.
forever.
Anyway,
This could go on forever.
It would have been. I'm honestly surprised that we haven't fought more about some of the other Cincinnati Bills matchups, but I'm good
Well,
with that. Honestly.
okay. The DeMar Hamlin season, right? I feel like that was just kind of, dude, the Bills were emotionally toast. And then they had a bad offensive coordinator at the time who got fired halfway through the next season, who did a dome game plan in the middle of a blizzard. And you guys were like, okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
true.
the Bengals just out schemed and out coached them in that game and throttled the Bills that playoff game in the snow.
Those throw ball.
Okay, so guys, to get a little bit back on topic before we run out of time, Aaron
We're out
Donald's
of time.
talk.
We're definitely out of time.
I was about to say Aaron Donald's talking about coming out of retirement to join Myles Garret.
I heard that. That would be
Everyone
amazing.
heard that.
Yeah.
Everyone heard that. I don't see it happening.
Could it be a Bengals Rams rematch? Because according to Joe Burrow, he said he's going to have the best season of his career, and he said he guarantees his team is going to make the Super Bowl this year. Those were some big words by Joe in a press conference.
We invested in our offensive line for the first time in like years and years and years. For the first time we've had a Joe Burrow for sure.
They did it the Super
Now
Bowl.
we don't have to play Myles Garrett 2 times a year or whatever. Like
And your defense
we
is
got a
upgraded.
shot
They
at a
just-
healthy Joe Burrow, guys.
And,
Yeah.
exactly. And your defense just has to be average.
The
They don't
defense
have
has
be
to not
that
suck.
good.
I mean, I will
Maybe
maintain.
force a punt every now and again.
I will maintain that Joe Burrow is the best pure passer in the NFL.
Yes.
I would say Stafford and then Burrow, but Stafford's getting older.
I mean, Joe Burrow.
We're splitting
The
hairs
year
here.
Joe Burrow. Okay, so not this season. This season before, where Joe Burrow scored 60 points a game and 4,000 yards. I'm just like,
And the defense just wasn't
And
there.
I know.
I won the
Oh, I
fantasy
know.
Super Bowl because of him, and he
Yep.
did the skills competition that year. He could have thrown a football through into my straw. Like
Right.
Yeah.
he's hit everything. He hit everything in the skills
He would
competition.
defy physics.
Yes, defy physics. That is what I'm saying.
With frosted tips, and he would have looked damn cool doing
With
it.
frosted tips.
Correct. Let's talk
Joe
about
Burrow,
the
why are you in
Met
white?
Gala and Joe Burrow. Come on.
Because it's
All
the
right, all right,
white-
we gotta-
it's the
we
white
gotta-
All
season.
right. Sorry.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. It's the next topic. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. It's the next topic. That one went better in my head.
I
So the
liked
Los
it.
Angeles Rams notoriously traded up to get Ty Simpson in the first round of this past NFL draft. Prior to that, they haven't had a first round pick in the draft in 8 of the previous 9 drafts, a streak that was started when they traded up to draft Jared Goff. And then later included and then later that included trading him to Detroit, ultimately acquiring Matthew Stafford. And that worked out pretty well for them.
Mhm.
So everyone, what do we think of the Rams F them picks strategy, and should other teams adopt it?
Yes, I'm jealous. Please. Although, well, hold on. You need a very, very, very good GM to pull this off.
Very true. You need to
Let's put that out
win
there.
the lower rounds, day 3, right?
Right. Like the Eagles GM could do this.
Puka Nacua was a 5th round pick.
Like Puka.
Yeah.
That's gold. That's gold. And the thing about Puka, which is so interesting, is he spent most of college injured, right?
Oh, he did.
and
I didn't know that.
He did.
So that's how he
And
fell down
so-
the board.
He has always been him. He's always been a natural talent. He's always been incredibly athletic. But he didn't play a lot, and so that's the reason he felt. And they just scouted him really well. And I mean, he's probably one of the most prolific PPR passers or wide receivers in football, right?
Yeah, I mean, he
Absolutely.
was. I mean, it was him and JSN last
He
year.
was on
that were-
pace to breaking Megatron's record last year before JSN.
And this past season was because he was injured for a reasonable portion of the season before. This is his first like real full healthy season, and they made the super. I mean, they were them.
Yeah.
They were them.
almost made the Super Bowl.
They
were them.
were them.
Almost made the Super Bowl. That's why I
Very
took it back.
close.
But I mean, why do you think other teams aren't so cavalier with their first round?
Because they're
Like,
run
they-
poorly.
Yeah, they exactly.
Yeah?
They're not smart enough and they run poorly, or they're
Like
just
the
too
New York
timid.
They're-
Football Giants.
There are 31 other franchises, and this is the only franchise that apparently doesn't care about their first round picks.
This
No,
is
it's
why I
not
was
about
really happy
I don't-
about the Micah Parsons trade for the Packers. Is not only have the Packers been trash at first round picks in recent memory, but also you want that first round pick to become a Micah Parsons. It's like that Family Guy meme. Like
I
you
get
get
Jordan Love.
Yeah.
is a
top
good
2 defensive player in the NFL probably.
Yeah.
Don't you feel? I mean, yeah, it took 4 years for him to play because he was sitting behind Aaron Rodgers, but Jordan Love is a good first round pick.
Yeah,
He's a good football player.
I think he's one of the few exceptions in recent memory, but
He's good. He's
I mean,
good.
He's
the
had
Packers-
moments. He's
when it
had
comes
these
to
moments
the
every now and again. It's like, I forgot how to play football.
And if,
Yeah,
if
but
Christian Watson wasn't made of glass, which he is, he's made of glass. But like if Christian Watson
Speaking of
wasn't,
Christian Watson,
wasn't made of
Eric,
glass,
did you
he
hear
would be
about the
also very good.
extension?
Yeah.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I mean, it's not a ton of guaranteed money, and I think ever since they figured
Still
out
a
his
lot of
like,
money for a guy that barely plays.
but they also figured out his
They
like
made glass.
weird muscle imbalance thing last year. I think that
Okay.
was causing a lot of his injuries because none of his injuries are contact injuries. They've always been those sorts of like weird leg injuries and stuff.
It's
So
still
I'm
risky.
cautiously
That
optimistic that they figured it out because when
They're
he's
so
healthy, he's not
much
bad.
better
Yeah.
when they're so much better when he's on the field.
They are,
Yeah.
but I'd still be worried with that much money, even if it's not all guaranteed. Like his record catches, I just heard this 40 in his rookie season.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a risk.
It's not.
but
a
I
lot,
think
like
that-
that's not a lot of production
That's
to go
quite
on
the
that
risk. That's
big
a
of
lot of money.
a contract.
But I mean,
I've said this
on
on-
Alec Pierce, and I think his ceiling is definitely higher than Pierce.
Well, I think he's
Alec
more. Yeah,
Pierce.
he can do more than Pierce. Pierce is a little bit of a one-trick pony, whereas Watson is like the total package. If he's
By the way,
healthy.
Pete,
Watson's a game
just
changer.
Pete, if you were listening,
Yep.
fuck Alec Pierce.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Pete ruined my perfect season with Alec Pierce.
oh
And,
yes, right, yeah. I
and
picked
like
him at just the right
and like
time.
100-year-old quarterback.
Yep. Philip Old Man Rivers to Pierce.
I'm
was like,
still saucy. I'm still fucking saucy about that. That
Eric,
is-
did you like the Packers trading the 2 first round picks for Micah?
that was
Oh,
the
yeah.
most
You
fun
feel
I've
that's
ever had
worth
in
it?
fantasy
Yeah?
season. By the way, that stretch.
Yeah, like I said, the Packers it almost like took the risk or like took the opportunity to fail away from them because, like I said,
Even though he tore his ACL and now he's going to be out for probably the first 4 or 5 games this season.
I mean, obviously that's hindsight, but even with that, I think he's going to come back, and I think they can weather the first 5 weeks without him. And then as long as he's healthy to kind of lead them into the playoff stretch, he's a game changer. He's not quite Myles Garrett. It's like
No, but
Garrett,
he's still
Parsons.
he's still a game
He's
changer.
a force to be reckoned with for
So-
sure.
Yeah.
I heard that the most QB pressures last season. Guess who the top 2 were? Myles Garrett, number 1. Number 2, only playing like 7 or 8 games in the season. Micah Parsons.
Yeah,
Hello.
It's wild.
yeah, he's a monster.
All right. That's time. That's good to end.
What do you got, Mark?
Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off for next topic. Na 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 na.
Speaking of the Avalanche,
Good song.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about it because it's very exciting. The 2026 NBA Finals are officially underway. Last night, game 1 of a matchup 27 years in the making, the New York Knicks against the San Antonio Spurs. The historic parallels to the last NBA Finals. The Knicks were in our gold mine. In that series, a young Tim Duncan led the Spurs, 22-year-old, same age as Wembanyama, led Spurs to a 4-1 series victory over a gritty underdog Knicks team that had shockingly made the finals with an 8 seed, with Rick Brunson, Jalen's dad, as the point guard. 27 years later, the roles are entirely reversed. New York enters the finals as the red-hot juggernaut riding an 11-game, now 12-game postseason winning streak, while San Antonio represents the rising powerhouse led by a new generational big man, an actual physical alien in Victor Wembanyama. With the Knicks up 2-1 in the season series, which includes an NBA Cup victory, how do we think this literal David versus Goliath match will go?
All right. I first want to back up to the question. John, in your opinion, who is David and who's Goliath?
This was specifically a height reference.
Okay.
Okay.
Specifically.
Because if you go with the team as a whole,
that is why I said
literal.
That is why I said literal. Go ahead, because I asked.
Yeah. So game one was a pretty competitive game. I said this in the green room or in the group text, one of those, that I thought it was a bad offensive game for both teams. I mean, it was pretty low scoring all together. And I mean, the Knicks definitely had a long layoff. I mean, they literally had not played since May. And the Spurs just got their ass kicked out from them against OKC. Now they did have a few days to relax in between games, and it was on their home floor. I expected the Spurs to actually win game one, but the Knicks to come back and win game two. I was a little bit surprised that the Knicks didn't force Cat to defend a little bit more, especially like the high pick and roll. Like when Cat tries to move his feet, we've seen video of this. They just don't go where they're supposed to, and he's very awkward trying to defend someone, especially the high pick and roll.
Listen, to be honest with the stats, anytime they did a stat where he was on Wembanyama and Wembanyama did not play well when Cat was on him, and that's
you're absolutely right.
He's big and he's
strong. The
strong.
Spurs did the same exact thing. The Spurs should have. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's kind of the point I was trying to make. They essentially had Wembanyama primarily in the low block, and I think it should have been a high pick and roll scenario, a lot like the Knicks probably should be doing as well to tire out Wemby.
Right. And I
this
think
is all about the how the big men are going to do. Like Cat had a great game.
He did.
Fantastic game one. He defended well. He didn't have a lot of stupid fouls. He grabbed so many rebounds, especially on the offensive side.
You know who had a great game? Josh Hart.
Josh Hart.
5 points, 14 rebounds.
Everyone
assists,
loved
4
Josh
steals. Josh Hart was plus 25 when he was on the floor. Plus 25. My God. Pete, they keep track of the score with certain combinations of players.
Yeah, so, plus minus, just like in hockey.
Just like hockey, yeah.
Just like in hockey, right? And so
I'm familiar.
The Knicks won plus 25 when Josh Hart was on.
That's pretty big.
That was the stat. That's pretty big. Oof. I think the most annoying part about the game, and I think probably this series for me, is that the Knicks do a lot of penetration. Jalen Brunson's all about that off-balance dribbling and working guys. And there was a lot of the times where
he was forcing it in that first half.
Josh would penetrate, and I think Brunson figured out how to just get the ball over Wemby, but people would penetrate, and then Wemby would be there, and then they literally just go back up to the top of the paint.
Run away.
And just figure it out again.
Frenchman.
The big scary Frenchman with his 8-foot arms. I think that you are right. They need to tire him out. I think they need to probably cut it with the fucking hero ball. All those long scoreless stretches last night were all people trying with Jalen Brunson trying to be a hero. Even though he scored 30 points, he was like 15 for 72 or some nonsense number.
Oh yeah, he had a lot of shots.
A lot of shots.
But now Brunson, I mean, do you think the way they played is sustainable with how much Brunson was getting beat? Like not beat, but like just beat up, I guess. He went out with a knee injury, then he injured his ankle at the end of it.
The Spurs fans and pretty much anybody who plays Jalen Brunson, because he's very frustrating.
Yeah.
They always say he flops. He probably flops a little. Because every NBA for like
but he was out for a significant time with a knee, wasn't he?
Well, I think the dude who kneed his knee, that was an accident. B, I think the dude who fucking stomped his ankle, I think that was on purpose. And the last time somebody stomped Nick's ankle, they were out for almost a season. So
Yikes.
you need to not be doing that.
That's the thing. Like,
you need to
It's
not
fine.
be doing that.
He's
Brunson
fine.
is amazing as Brunson is. He's got to protect himself for this whole series because it might be a long haul.
Well, he's 6'2", and Wemby's 7'6", and
insane.
everybody else is 6'7" and 6'10".
Right.
Pete, you would probably appreciate this. I actually think that Jalen Brunson plays basketball a lot like how Josh Allen plays football, because he's a burly man and he just tries to knock people over, even people that he probably shouldn't be.
Right.
And that's how he gets a lot of space too. Like, he's excellent with footwork, but
Right.
Kendrick Perkins
fearless,
calls
it
him
sounds
Big
like,
Burly
yeah.
Brunson, even though
Okay.
he's 6'2",
Right. But I mean, he's probably stout, it sounds like. Yeah.
and he's listed as 6'2",
Well,
which is still
what
tall.
he's
as
very
6'1"
good
and a
at
quarter.
is he's very good at keeping defenders off balance. And so the thing I've been saying, like, he's very good at footwork. He's very good at, he is very good at getting people off their feet and off their balance so that they're in the air or they foul or they just have trouble guarding him. He changes direction really
I've said
well.
this in the past. I think he's a lot like Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce was never the quickest person on the floor, but he could get you off balance, and he knew when he was supposed to penetrate to the basket, and like.
Been lots of, like,
I'm in awe of
scooped-
Jalen Brunson. Like, he's
scooped
Mr.
one-handed
Clutch.
floaters and all these crazy. He has this 15-foot off-balance fadeaway shot that almost always goes in that I don't understand. It's like black magic.
Automatic.
Captain Clutch.
Captain Clutch.
Do the Posches have any opinions on the New York Knickerbockers?
I know literally nothing about basketball to be able to contribute to this conversation, except that I somewhat recently saw a photo of Kevin Hart next to Shaquille O'Neal, next to Yao Ming, and you talking about how everyone else is only 6'7" is giving me that energy.
Kevin Hart is 5'4".
He's 6'2", and then everyone else is only 6'7", and then this guy's 8 feet tall or whatever he is, and...
Yao
I'm just
Ming's
like,
a massive man.
All right.
Imagine being 6'6" and short.
Right.
Just so we get you here a little bit, Timothy Chalamet recently did a podcast where he talked about being a poor kid in New York City, and the first time he did a commercial.
We talked about this last week.
I did, but Lily wasn't on the show, and I don't know if she listened to it. And the first time he did a commercial, the first thing he bought was Knicks season tickets, because he's just been a Knicks fan his whole life. So the thing he said was the access he is most grateful of in his new life is, like, I'm a rich famous person who dates a Kardashian, is access to Madison Square Garden. The fact that when he goes to a game, no matter what, all the players know him and they let him on the floor and they pat him on the
He can
back.
speak French to that one guy.
They probably pat him in the head because they're like,
Oh,
boy.
wee baby.
Good
Wee
boy.
Another
baby.
really cool thing they do is
good little Chalamet.
in the garden, because he's always there. They will play scenes from Dune when he's talking in the other language, and they'll subtitle it, "Go Knicks," and all of this while he's doing Dune lines, and I think that's awesome.
That's pretty fun.
At work time.
Let's hear it for another fake sponsor, Ref Refund. You guys are going to like this one.
Ooh.
A totally fake insurance policy against bad officiating. Ref Refund, because you were robbed.
Shut up and take my money.
I mean, I think Brunson wanted to kill Scott Foster like 4 times last night.
That is
all
the
the
best
players want to
sponsor
kill Scott Foster.
ever heard of.
I will swallow my pride. It's a topic time, but the lack thereof will leave me up inside. Swallow my doubt, turn it inside out, find nothing but the next topic.
nothing.
So
that
union
song.
negotiations have made headlines this year, including the labor dispute for the WNBA and the NFL referees. Well, there's another one looming over us as it casts a really big shadow. The MLB CBA will end after the season, and we'll forego talking about Aaron Judge's latest injury, which just came out, a stress fracture in his rib cage. He will be out 4 to 6 weeks. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk a big picture. So there's a proposal from the owners that involves a hard salary cap and floor, and the players aren't having it. Oddly enough, the last time the subject of a salary cap was proposed was 1994, and that was the short striking season where the biggest loser may have been the Montreal Expos, who was the best team that year. Even MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred is somewhat worried that baseball may not have a full season next year, if at all. So everyone, is a baseball work stoppage imminent, and how much damage will it do to the sport?
Man,
I'm terrified. I mean, I think that
I'm terrified too, Eric.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to bridge this easily, and I think that if there is a 94-esque work stoppage, that baseball is gonna you don't have McGuire and Sosa in the wings to steroid it up and get everyone passionate about baseball again in the aftermath.
And even with that, it took forever.
Yeah,
Took a long
baseball.
time.
I think it is imminent. I think it's going to happen. I don't think it's a if. I think it's a when. They've got $2 billion that they can still pay the players and everybody. It's going to happen.
I mean,
and speaking of Judge, you've got him, you've got Ohtani. Like, this should be baseball, like the height of baseball popularity. I mean, the WBC was a smash hit. Like,
I think that's why it's going to be a thing, though. That the union is going to leverage that to be like, hey, owners, y'all could be making a load of money right now.
It's going to be a thing because the owners don't want to fight with the Dodgers anymore because the Dodgers are ruining baseball. And the owners have said, fix this. Well, the only way to fix it is a salary cap. Right? But
I think the cap that they proposed was a little bit too low, though. I think
why would you, as a player,
it
does not
only
have
was
a
it
limit?
too low, but it was a total compensation cap, not just a salary cap, which I think was very disingenuous on the part of the owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're going to install a cap, it's got to be
really because they don't necessarily want
to.
Yeah, they don't want the players to we're just going to do all bonus money like the NFL does.
I mean, I don't know. I like the baseball kind of famously has a pretty strong union, and I would be sort of happy to see them actually exercise some of that power, because I feel like in many sports, but baseball included, sometimes the owners just freaking ruin it. Like, I mean, look at the Rockies. The owner freaking ruins it. Like, don't give them more power. Just, I'm here for it, frankly. Like, it would suck. It would suck. But I think that baseball is a big enough sport, and especially internationally nowadays, that it's not going to ruin it. It's not going to
Give the women's league some space.
Yeah, and I'm here for that too.
Right?
Absolutely.
Hey, we're going to talk about that a little later. What do you think about the thoughts about instituting a salary floor, though?
I love the salary floor. I mean, you're not going to get one without the other. So, I love the salary floor idea, but I hate the salary cap idea. So, I think that my positions are just kind of incongruous since you're not going to get one without the other. But
I don't necessarily mind the cap, but I think they set it too low. Like, if they set it a little higher, I think that'd be okay. And the whole revenue sharing, like, I'm really surprised that the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Cubs, like, they really agreed to this. The fact that they're willing to, share some of the revenue that they get from themselves to the other teams. I'm very surprised that is part of this proposal.
Is it a complete share, or is it like a percentage of their profits?
That's always been the case. Like, every Aaron Judge.
No, but they want it to be more evenly spread. Yeah, they want I believe this has to do with like the local media markets. Like, essentially, Kansas City is going to get a part of New York's media market.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough of the details on how the owners propose to actually implement any of this, to be honest. And I think that it's because it doesn't exist. Like, they haven't actually put together a complete proposal. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that the devil's always in the details, and that's why it's just basically, with the fact that it's too low in general, with the fact that everything else, that they're just like, no.
See,
try again. No, thank you.
The Dodgers are running baseball, but I think teams like the Marlins are a bigger problem in baseball, with a team that spends $50-60 million when they're making tons of profit.
And their team sucks. The Athletics, same thing. The Pirates for a while.
Like I said, the Rockies, right? Like,
listen,
nobody they always
I would
have
bet my
tickets
house.
sold, they always, but they don't spend it in the team.
The Reds.
If I was like crazy, because I'm not crazy, but if I was crazy, I would bet my house that the Dodgers are going to win the World Series this year. because they're going to.
Yeah, I mean, like,
And
I don't. That's
there
like
is
that's like
absolutely
a 50-50
no doubt.
bet, John. Like,
There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that they're going to win the World Series.
Yeah,
And-
if you're the owner of the Dodgers, what do you think of all this?
no, but
well,
Is this
but
a way
then
to
again,
help
like,
pay
what
for
does
their
that- what does this
salaries?
mean? What does this mean for Otani's contract, right? Because his contract goes out like 10 years, 15 years, something like that. Like,
what it
does this mean
means
for that?
Those
is
are
that the
usually grandfathered
Dodgers
in.
are run by geniuses who knew this
Are
would
they?
happen.
Are they?
They got him cheap. He still's making money, and you're saying he gets grandfathered in, but I haven't seen the paperwork that actually says that that's true.
I don't
pretty
think
sure-
he
I'm
would.
pretty
Saying,
sure
the
the
devil's in the
contracts-
details, right?
I'm pretty
Why
sure
would
the
he get
contracts that
grandfathered
get
in?
signed prior to a new CBA get grandfathered in. But
How could
Yeah,
you
I
do
could
that
be
and
wrong.
have
I'm
a
not a lawyer.
salary cap though?
Then
Like
you
it
can't
would
have a salary
literally
cap. Yeah. Then
it
the
would-
salary cap is meaningless
Well,
for the next.
meaningless.
Okay,
20
for a
years.
while, but eventually it would, like within 8-10 years, it would be fully implemented. So I could.
If
I don't
you
know
are
how else he would
trying
do
to
it.
build, the reason that you have a salary cap is you try to build fairness for small market teams. Is the reason, right?
Mhm.
You try to make it so that the the Brewers is a bad example. The Pittsburgh Pirates or the Cincinnati Reds could win. I'm sorry, you're a small market team. We could win a World Series.
No, so Eric already said it, right? That the Reds do bring in revenue. We are considered a small market team because we don't spend money, but we could. If we had an owner who had this as a passion, who didn't just care about making a profit, but like the owners of yore back in the like 60s, 70s, even 80s, where people owned teams because they were passionate about like their city and the sport and some semblance of fairness and anything like that, where they just did it because it was fun and they wanted to, then the Cincinnati, like, we could be a major player with it, right? We're making money. The Rockies, same thing. Like, there's so many teams where it's like, no, we're making money.
I mean,
it's
I
just
think
that our owner particularly has been brash and being like, yeah, I know I could spend more money on it, but y'all are not going to go to another game or whatever because I've got you, so fuck off. Like,
Where you gonna go?
he's been very honest about just
Yeah.
being like, where are you
That's
going to
I
go?
brutal.
think
You're not going to go
baseball
anywhere.
is better when 80-win teams have a chance to exist, right? You don't have to win 110 games to win the World Series. But we have a lot of teams that win 110 games, so what's the problem?
no, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
We barely have teams that win 100 anymore.
Two
Like,
seasons ago, everybody won
I'm-
105.
I'm with you, John, that
Two
That's
seasons.
mathematically
having-
impossible.
having a salary cap does allow for other teams to have an opportunity against the Yankees, the Dodgers, where they're just basically like, yeah, we'll just spend whatever.
So do we
it takes
feel
to
this
go.
is going to be a work stoppage like 1994? We're going to lose
100%.
at least
Longer.
half a season.
100%.
You
I
think it's
don't
going to be
know
potentially
about-
longer?
I'm up. I mean, I don't know. I'm hope. Maybe it's just the hope in me, but I think there will be
Hope
time
isn't a
missed.
strategy, Eric.
But I don't think it's going to be a full season. I'm hoping maybe it'll be more like the COVID season, if anything.
Yeah, the players unfortunately tend to give in most sports when they don't start getting paychecks.
Like I
And
said,
we're-
the union, I think I read recently, has over $2 billion for paychecks. So I think they're okay to.
I mean,
ride
that's
this
only
out
that.
for-
Yeah, that's going to
while.
only go to the Dodgers, I think.
And we're at time, guys. And that is great. I love that.
John, don't hate me. I might have to go up and pee.
Uh-oh.
Sing your song.
I'm gonna try and make the rest. I'm gonna try and make
Listen,
the rest of the show. We'll see.
Listen, sing your song. I'll say my question, and then Eric and I are going to talk about it. So
I'll still be able to hear it. I'll have you remember. All right.
For the record, there hasn't been a
Something takes a part of me. Next topic is what it be. A cheap jab at John, you see. Something takes a part of me.
I like that verse a lot.
Yeah, whatever that he does.
So we have to take a second, because we kind of mentioned it a little before, to talk about the hottest bat in all of baseball. This past Monday, MLB announced its weekly honors, and to absolutely nobody's surprise, Yankees breakout sophomore star Ben Rice was named AL Player of the Week. So we are witnessing an absolute tear from the young lefty who isn't just hitting, he's putting up numbers that are outshining MVPs and apparently is an MVP candidate. Over the final week of May, Rice went 12 for 26, posting a blistering 4.14 batting average and a .485 on base percentage, and a massive 1.418 OPS. Rice was on display during Yankees' historic 13-run inning, where he single-handedly drove in 4 RBIs in that single frame against the A's. So just how good is Ben Rice? Have we seen his peak yet? And has the 4-position power lefty become the new cheat code in baseball? And follow-up question to the new information, is he this good without Aaron Judge?
So yeah, I think he's legit. Like, I think we saw that last year. He was his Savant page this year, last year were both just 100 percentile. He is an elite hitter. Last year the statistics didn't bear it out, but this year he can hit lefties this year. He figured it out. Yeah. He figured that was the one thing, and they said he couldn't hit lefties, and now he can. I mean, he's a complete hitter. And I think he's. I mean, obviously, when you don't have Judge to bat in front of or behind.
Yeah, you guys are about to find out what he's like without Aaron Judge.
Well, they
Only
squeeze him and they squeeze him and Bellinger. Bellinger is reasonable. Bellinger is an Aaron Judge, but Bellinger is reasonable protection. You still don't want to put on Ben Rice so Cody Bellinger can just beat you.
Bellinger, I think, is the more likely MVP candidate at this point.
Yep.
Wow. Shots fired.
I mean, he's playing platinum defense.
What position does Rice land like as a permanent job? Because he plays catcher, he plays first base, he plays outfield.
I was curious what you meant by 4 position, because I think he's a
3-position player.
They've kind of ruled him out of, I think, as catcher. I mean, with the Yankees,
for his sake, he shouldn't be the catcher.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if the Yankees wanted him to be a catcher, between Austin Wells and Escara being nothing offensively.
So is the theory that Paul Goldschmidt's job is to teach Ben Rice how to be an everyday first baseman?
Like, it hurts. I mean, I think right now with Judge being out and that you've got that open DH slot for Rice to slot into, and Goldschmidt, Goldschmidt's on a tear. I mean, he's playing like he's 10 years younger.
That's true.
You know, having both of those bats in the lineup right now, like that's great. You get Goldschmidt, who's a veteran, a little bit better with the glove. You know, I think that's sort of an ideal situation for the Yankees right now. I think the question's going to be what they do when Stanton comes back, because then you've got basically 2 DHs and a first baseman.
Forgot that Stanton was on the team still.
Yeah. They might try to like force him to play some outfield again like they did last year.
It's funny when that happens.
He looks so awkward out there.
He runs sometimes.
He saunters.
So Mark, tell me why Ben Rice is so good.
I mean, he's just that, right? I mean, the kid is as you like to say, pretty good at baseball.
He's pretty good at baseball.
How old is he?
Young.
26?
20, yeah.
Not even close to his prime. Not even close to his prime.
27 this year.
Pretty close to his prime.
27.
All right, pretty close. Oh, he's getting closer. No, I mean, he could in theory get into his prime in like 3 seasons.
He was picked in the
Judge.
Not the 6th round, by the way. He was picked in the 12th round, 363rd overall.
That's twice as bad.
Twice as bad.
But no, I mean, we saw that with Judge. I mean, obviously, Judge is a freak. You know, so you don't want to compare other guys to him, but I mean, Judge had his best season at, 31? Arguably last year.
I mean, Ben Rice is not 6'10", though. Like, Ben Rice is not a freak.
But yeah,
Ben Rice
do you
is
need
not
to be that
athletic
nature
freak
for
of nature.
baseball?
No.
He has a really clean swing. Probably one of the cleanest swings I've seen in a while.
Reggie Jackson was just talking about how he admires his swing.
You get a lot of players.
I say most Major League Ball players are peak at 28, 29. So if that's the case, he's still got a couple years. He could put up historic numbers, but that'd be a pretty good, almost like everyone likes throwing this one out, right? The Garrick and Ruth, right? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that comparison already happened this season.
Yeah.
The Reds need a lefty.
Everyone
We'll take
just loves
him off
that
your hands
comparison.
if you guys don't. If you've got too many DHs and too many people, we'll
No,
take
don't say that. They'll give you Giancarlo.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can take on. Well, no,
Listen.
I mean honestly, Stanton in the playoffs is all we need.
Listen, Lily, the Mets take our garbage. Hey, Jeff.
Oh man. Sorry, Jim. Shots fired.
I'm not.
Please tell me we're at time.
That's pretty great. How do you move on from that?
Yep, there it is. There it is. We can
There's
move
time.
on.
All right.
There we go. There we go.
You spin my head right round. For next topic, baby. Right round, 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 round. We've discussed the cost of going to sporting events many times in the show. In fact, guess how much the median cost of a NBA Finals Game 3 ticket at MSG is, Jonathan?
$5,000.
$14,488 according to Bleacher
shnikes.
Report.
Five
And
figures.
the nosebleeds
In the year
are
of our
roughly
Lord 2026? In this economy?
$7,000.
What the hell?
Well,
Damn.
there are alternatives,
zero.
especially on the women's side with basketball, soccer, hockey, baseball, and even volleyball. So, everyone, are we as a society paying enough attention to women's sports leagues?
If the tickets are less than $14,000,
And when are we gonna go to a
should
game?
be.
I think that at least the WNBA is finally close.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. Average
They
tickets price is $173, but you can still go to a game for $20.
Okay,
Caitlin
think
that's
it's
a nice
flat.
range, actually. Yeah.
Right.
I think it's close. Melanie, my sister, she just went to a Liberty game yesterday. Melanie don't play. She sat on the floor. She always sits on the floor when
Wow.
she goes to a WNBA game, which is cool. They still give them cool drinks and apps and such.
Nice.
I think that
She's like the Knicks version of Spike Lee, I think.
she's the Liberty version of Spike Lee. Yep. I think that to a point, sports is sports. Pro sports is fun to watch, and it doesn't matter who you're watching. So I would like to see that continue. The WNBA is on cable now. I see ads for it all
It
the
is
time.
on cable.
Okay.
I see NBA commercials now have both logos, and that just started this season, which is a travesty that it just started, but it started, which is great.
I believe both the NWSL and the PWHL also were on some kind of cable network. I mean, they may have been on ESPN 88, but I believe they were still on the TVs.
I think if baseball's the women's baseball league is going to take a second. I think it's going to take a second to heat up. There's not enough teams this season. There's just not. So that has to get some work. And
Yeah.
I don't see why they didn't go bigger. People would watch it. I think the point you bring up is very accurate. It's impossible to go to MSG. You can't go to a Knick game anymore. You can't go to a Knick game so much that other venues are hosting Knick games. The playoffs were hosted at Radio City Music Hall this year. The playoffs are hosted outside of the Garden on the street at 33rd Street in Manhattan. This year, it's just it's actually shockingly dystopian when the gladiators are playing inside the arena and the regular folk are outside betting on it. Like, I've seen that movie, so I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Women's Hockey League, especially after the Olympics, I feel like the Olympics last year did a fair amount, or this year? I don't even know when they were. Anyway, did a fair amount
Yeah, it was this year.
for the winter. Yeah, for winter's hockey. Yeah, it was this year. Oof, what a weird timeline we're in.
I know.
I
know the feeling.
We're gonna talk about
that,
that.
I think there was some attention drawn to the fact that the women's hockey, USA hockey, is outstanding, and that people should be paying more attention to that. I'll be honest, also and tying in with the Olympics, I've been paying a lot of more attention to women's rugby. Couldn't tell you anything about men's rugby. Women's rugby, though, they have my attention.
Lotamar is a boss.
Mm-hmm.
She just did Sports Illustrated.
Nice.
And I mean, New Zealand with Portia Woodson, I think her name is. Like, it's a fun sport. Everybody who complains that football's gotten too soft and they've got the big helmets to protect their
They should
brains
definitely
and
watch
anything
rugby.
like that, watch women's rugby.
All right.
They're just leveling each other with nothing but a mouth guard. It's so fun to watch.
I mean, a lot of respects. If you're a soccer fan, I would say the women's game is actually a lot better than the men's game. And I mentioned volleyball too. So there is actually a professional women's volleyball league that is actually aired on USA Network, believe it or not.
Yeah, I mean, I think men and women's volleyball honestly deserves a little bit more airtime. But I mean, I'm biased. I played volleyball. I love volleyball. But women's volleyball is so fun to watch. Beach or court, either one, really. Yeah, absolutely. I think we should be paying more attention to
Friend of the show, Amy
John,
Warren
we going to a
Andrews.
WME game.
Friend of the show, Amy Warren Andrews. Speaking about volleyball, her boys team just won the state championships in Connecticut.
Oh, sweet.
We should go soon. We should see Brittany Griner on the Sun,
Especially considering Connecticut's about to lose their team.
on the Connecticut Suns before they move. She's
Boo.
Brittany Griner though.
Although I'd still go to New York for a WNBA game.
Well, Barclay's awesome.
Yeah.
Legitimately awesome.
Where remind me where the baseball teams are. Do you remember where they are, John?
New York, LA, and 2 other places. There's only 4.
Oh, so they're scattered all over. They're not like close to each other.
So I didn't think it was
That's
kind
funny.
of surprising to start a league is have that kind of distance. But I mean, I guess you want to hit the metro districts.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like there's enough in the East Coast that you could make that a little easier. But
I
There are probably people
Eric,
smarter than I
what do you
do.
think about the Women's Professional Baseball League?
I don't know a ton about it, honestly. I mean, I think it's cool that it's happening. I would love to see it get legs.
Yeah.
And I think just kind of if anything, I want it to encourage
2 on the-
more.
2 on the
girls
West
to get
Coast,
into
2 on the East
baseball
Coast.
as opposed to just softball.
It's potentially going to be
Yeah.
a much better game of baseball because
Exactly.
all the men want to do is throw hard, spin fast, and hit the ball really hard.
Well, and I mean, I guess correct me if anybody knows differently, but I think I read recently that there are a couple of female pitching prospects coming up through college right now for baseball. Like, I think it's good overall. What I'm trying to say is I think it's a good overall for women to be into baseball versus when you're like, oh, you're a girl, you play softball. Right? Like, I think it's better options for women to continue on with baseball. And if there's a women's professional league, then great. And if some of those women,
the
are
only
good
thing you do
enough
with
to play
softball,
in the MLB,
the only thing you do with softball is you train for the Olympics. That's all you do. Right? That's no pro league.
well, they're professional softball leagues too, but they're not getting
Don't make
like
money.
the coverage as everyone else.
But
We did have
like
the
college
first-
at the Olympics, like that's it.
Did
Yeah,
the
2
first
teams-
woman in a NCAA Division 1 baseball game this year.
Okay, so that must be what I'm thinking of then. Thank you.
Yep, and if these balls could talk, has covered that there are some women playing college football.
There are.
Which
Oh, wow.
has been a long time coming as well. Again, I'm excited to see that. I mean, we're just now starting to see some refs in MLB games and NFL games and things like that are women.
mean, good is good.
I'm not saying that like women are going to be 50% or 60% of the team or anything close to that, right? Like obviously you still have to be an absolute unit of a human to be able to play any professional sport. You have to be the absolute top elite of everything. But I feel like in many times there's also other barriers that prevent women from just playing professional sports as opposed to women's professional sports. And while I did this to signify that it was a lower statute, it shouldn't be, but it often is considered that way when it comes to investment and when it comes to airtime and things like that, right? So,
Seen that movie?
have you? There's a movie.
All this
There's
talk though, I'm picturing in
Girl
my
pitcher.
head a female Wembanyama.
Female
That would
booty.
be the bomb. That would be amazing to see, I think, and that would just I mean, that woman could potentially play in the NBA.
Yeah.
An 8-foot woman, does she play in the NBA or does she play in the WNBA? Because she can make money in
Well,
both
she might
places.
start in the WNBA, but then she could maybe try out for an NBA. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, when it comes to baseball, when it comes to hockey, when it comes to all those other things, like John just said, there's starting for the WNBA to actually be some equity in terms of ticket prices and salary and things.
What do you think about it, right? There are positions in football and hockey and soccer that are you can get away with not being so physically imposing, right? There are speed positions and everything. You just have to be fast and you have to be smart. And good is good, right? Good is good. So if you're good at a sport, then you should be able to play that sport.
Yep, I agree.
And Mark, do you know what time it is? This is going to be a long question.
Wait, we're already here? Holy crap.
It's the final topic. By the way, the theme of the next topic songs was almost with the word final in it.
So funny.
Love it.
All right. I had to do a question on this. In another addition to Darkest Timeline news, President Trump floated the possibility of keeping the temporary UFC arena currently on the White House lawn permanently. He stated the arena is quite attractive to a lot of people and compared it to the Eiffel Tower being built for the 1889 World's Fair. For those who don't know, in some dystopian nightmare, there will be a card of UFC matches fought there on June 14th, which is the president's birthday, and Flag Day. So, what in the President Camacho even is this news? How can the president be so out of touch to suggest this eyesore? Look at it right now.
It's bad.
Stays on the White House lawn. And have we really reached the gladiator arena portion of our timeline as a civilization?
Unfortunately,
First of all, John,
yes.
how dare you? President Camacho, he
Would
prioritized
never.
intelligence in his office.
Yes, how dare you insult President Camacho with
President Camacho in
any
this manner.
allegory?
I'm going to realize that Eric was pro Camacho.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
If you had to choose between the two,
He had
Sectarian
his
every
people's
day.
best interests at heart.
Guys, what the fuck?
I mean,
Yeah.
so I feel like what they're missing, like you compared it to the gladiators, right? Like I feel like what they're forgetting is that it's bread and circuses. Like there's been a couple of different like political commentators who have said that, right? Like you can do the circuses, but the people need the bread too. Like that's the piece that they're missing, right? So that's why everyone's just like, oh my God, what are we doing? Like, why are we spending money on this when the economy?
yeah,
Right?
Looks like
the middle class is getting pinched horrifically here. Like historically, at least in our lifetimes, right?
Yeah.
Millennials have kind of been fucked pretty much from the get-go with like every recession that's hit, right at the wrong times for us. .com bubble burst, the housing market crisis, all at critical points of our generation's timeline where we were supposed to like get the career job, start accumulating significant wealth and investing in the stock market and stuff. There's an argument now that the stock market success is now actually an inverse proportion to how well the true economy is doing, because there's like 0.01% of people that are actually benefiting from the stock market going up, and the rest of us are fucked.
Well, I mean, we're in what they were calling a K-shaped economy, where the middle class, there's a percentage going up, but then there's a lot of people going down.
You guys have extra money? I mean, really. Not Mark doesn't count because Mark works 8 jobs and.
I mean, I
We also don't
was
have
laid off,
kids.
right? Like I was
Right.
one of the AI layoffs, essentially, right? So no,
Mhm.
not anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no extra, and I have. It is so fucking frustrating, and I'm sure a lot of people in this boat. I have consistently made more money every year in my entire career. I've been working for almost 20 years, and more money, like not sideways every year, linear up. Sure, Mel stopping working was a bit of a kick in the balls, and she's still not making like a full amount of money, but we still keep making more. And I do really simple examples. Like, I've been working for 20 years, and it used to cost $8 to buy a work lunch, and now it costs $17.
Yeah. The problem is, okay, yeah, things are going up, but not as fast as inflation. And sorry, any national inflation figure that we've seen since this orange Cheeto asshole took office is a lie. Stuff is literally more than twice. Almost everything that is essential and important is more than twice as expensive as it was a fucking year ago.
It's not like a secret that they're like not doing a good job on those numbers on purpose, right?
It's
like,
really bad.
Listen, it's okay. The idiots can see the gas is $4.55.
Do
and
they?
So
I feel like people are fucking blind to it, or they're still blaming Biden or Hunter Biden's laptop for some stupid reason.
Okay.
If this isn't Obama's fault, then who is it, Pete?
I don't know. Whatever Fox News and True Social tell you it should be. Like, people are fucking brainwashed in a cult.
Why wasn't Obama in the White House on 9/11, Pete? Answer me that.
Pete, we're gonna see if people are dumb in, what is it, June? In 5 months. We're gonna see.
Will we?
And
they're literally seizing.
We'll empirically see, because there
are now old 90-year-old governors that are literally seizing ballots and erasing elections at the moment.
Yeah.
Local elections are getting erased.
It's so spicy right now. So spicy.
Sorry, we're in a fascist fucking takeover, and we need to do something about it.
And midterms,
eat spicy balls.
Seriously,
midterms are not always a great indicator of presidential either, right? So
I'm not talking about the president. I'm talking about the fact that a whole bunch of fucking people lied to us. Everybody's broke. Everybody across the board, and gas is $4.55. So if they can't see that. They can't see
the president is trying he's trying to control the narrative, and so all of his goonies are saying the same. Or they're saying
if they can't
say
see
anything to prove
that
his narrative.
The numbers
him and his
don't
fucking
lie.
goonies attacked a country that they didn't need to attack, closed a geographical location that wasn't closed.
Correct.
Gave them
in order to distract us from the Epstein files.
That's all this is. To keep him out of prison.
Gave them $13 billion instead of the 1.8 that he lambasted Obama about.
And it's not even like a secret. Like I said, Mark,
not
you're
even
saying all of his goonies are trying to distract us. Meanwhile, he's standing in front of Marine One being like, yeah, I don't think about the American financial issue, like the average American.
So,
I don't
that
care.
should be the most damning quote possible, right out of his lips. I do not care about the average American's well-being.
If the DP isn't rolling that in commercials the entire fall, then they're asleep at the wheel.
That's the problem. The other side is complicit.
There's a lot that they can roll.
Right.
The bunch of they're very, 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 very weak-backed party.
The other side is
as hard.
Right. The other side is in America is a slightly more socially liberal version of the same shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's quite as bad. That was, I think,
there
more
are a
true
handful of
ago.
true progressive candidates, and Zohan Mandani is one of them. Right.
Yeah.
Kat Agabazale, who is going for a Congress seat in Illinois, was one of them. Unfortunately, she got ousted because of bullshittery from AIPAC. We are run. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I don't mean to keep soapboxing this, but this is the United States of Israel right now. Sorry, not even Israel, but Netanyahu specifically. I mean, we are his toy.
Ooh, the hurricane.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really have shifted my position on this in the last couple of years, kind of realizing that, like, I've always been like generally neutral on the Israel position, but it's just becoming increasingly clear that is the reality, that every politician is beholden to Israel. It's just bizarre.
It's weird, and it's not just the U.S. The UK is almost just as bad, and there are a lot of other countries.
Worse.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. The UK and like saying right versus left for the US versus other, like it's not an apples and oranges situation, right? Like I mean, I don't know. Like a lot of very right-wing people can be right-wing in the United States just by being like, I love Trump and I hate everyone else and he's always right. And that's not necessarily true anywhere else. Like there's still some modicum of like in the UK, they're like, yeah, we need to be more fiscally responsible. We're not taking away government healthcare. Like booze be killer on that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Everybody still gets healthcare.
Yes, right. There's right wing in the global scheme, and there's right wing in the U.S., and they are two very different
So
things.
we're at time. I love how spicy Pete was. Are we gonna watch the fights?
No,
Like Spicy Pete.
I'm not giving that a modicum of my attention.
Do we actually think that the fights will happen without any taxpayer dollars going into it?
Oh, we're paying
they're
for
definitely
this.
funded. They're definitely funded by taxpayer dollars.
They're
they might
saying
even
they're
give a
not.
prize.
They're saying
They
No,
definitely
actually,
are.
I think Dana White's paying for it personally.
Well,
That's-
yeah, and the
that's what they
ballroom
say.
is supposed to be non-taxpayer funded, and then Trump's bitching because the Congress decided not to fund it, and so that's consistent.
That's the part I'm hung up.
Where,
on.
Yeah,
where
how
does
is that?
$1.8 billion come for that, by the way?
It's expensive to buy a lot of tacky fake gold shit, Mark.
Apparently,
No, it's
guess.
because there's a
guess.
silo under it. It's a fucking base.
Oh yeah, I know.
And also
No,
just, a lot of money has to go into the
because he's-
pockets of
It's
friends
because
and family.
exactly. It's because they're
Yeah.
hiring their friends to do these things, and
goal-
it's the same thing as
it's-
to why
it's
Kristi
gonna
Noem
open-
doesn't have a job
It's
anymore
gonna
because she didn't
open
answer the
X-Men.
questions.
It's gonna
Yep.
open X-Men style, and a giant golden penis is gonna come out of it, and we're done.
You know what? Honestly, in that case, worth it.
I was gonna say it's probably
That's
money
what's gonna
laundering,
happen.
but I'm gonna go with giant flying golden penis.
Yeah,
Giant golden
yeah.
penis.
I've changed
Yeah,
my.
we're
entire
gonna
Best
end on
things to come
giant
from the
flying
Siemens
golden
Space
penis. So that has been our topics. We will be back next week with our friend Peter Pond. In the meantime, you can catch up on our old episodes on our YouTube channel with the handle at If These Balls Pod. And don't forget to subscribe to us by tickling that little bell.
Tickle.
I'll tickle your bell, Mark.
We would like to thank our
Oh.
guests for joining us tonight. Thank you, Posh.
Thank you so much.
Oh, always.
You
a pleasure,
guys. Yeah, anytime.
You can also follow or like us on our socials at If These Balls Pod on X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Our website is www.iftheseballscould.talkpod.com. This is Mark Pesci, and for my partner, John Companion, producer Pete Steffen. That's what we feel they would say if these balls could talk.
Giant underground
Golden
flying
penis.
golden penis.
Am I a Republican now?
Balls,